Hi, everybody. My name is Chad Simon. I'm the strategist for the Unified Communications Division here at Ingram Micro. I've been in the industry for approximately 25 years, with 19 of those years out in the field as an engineer, architect type, installing, maintaining, designing, and upgrading anything voice, video, and collaboration. I've been at Ingram Micro 6 years now, and 6 years total in distribution sales. So today I want to talk to you about artificial intelligence and the role that it's going to take in the future of unified communications and the role it's actually taking now. I mean, there's so much to talk about these days when we talk about AI and unified communications. There's an example from Cisco called cognitive collaboration, which is really their words for giving participants information about others in attendance of a meeting prior to a meeting. It's gathered by bots from social media and other online sources, and it's pretty cool example of what AI can do for us to help us do our job, right? Another example we're seeing of AI in UC right now, and we're going to see more of in the future, is what I like to call a virtual assistant. Basically, this application is there during live meetings, during video meetings, where it will take what I call meeting minutes. It's pulling out keywords such as when tasks are assigned or deliverables are mentioned with a date or documents are mentioned or things like that, putting it into an iterative document and making sure that the correct people get said document. It can even follow up with the person and remind them of a delivery or a document that they needed to look at. So I've given you a couple examples of what we're seeing today with artificial intelligence in the unified communications industry. Before I go on anymore, basically, I think we need to look at the landscape of the communications industry today so that we can figure out where AI might take us in the future. Right now, we're seeing a massive decline in voice phone calls, a growth in messaging, and alongside of that, an explosion in video calls, of course. And in the customer engagement space, there's a gigantic growth of contact center automation with technologies such as intelligent chatbots and AI driven voice. Speaking of chatbots, I think they're very interesting today because really chatbots can add so much value, and they actually already are adding a bunch of value in the contact center space with triaging customers and answering frequently asked questions and those sorts of tasks, which free the agent to then provide a better customer experience for their customers. Um, I mentioned AI-driven voice earlier, which is to me a really interesting topic, and I think we're going to see more of this very shortly. But AI-driven voice is it's similar to Alexa or things like that, but they're integrated into our meeting spaces where, let's say someone mentions a statistic and can't really find the correct numbers or something like that. An AI driven voice application can actually listen to that conversation and say, here's the statistic that you were looking for. It can reference documents. It can do so many things that often derail meetings and derail our communications. So AI and UC isn't just referring to business transactions and everything corporate. It's reaching into areas such as marketing systems and customer relationships. One of the things that AI is doing right now is boosting on-site experiences for consumers, um, and making them personal. That's really what I think AI can do in the consumer space is really personalize everyone's experience, from the in-store experience to personalized website visits. Um, Another thing AI is doing in the consumer space is social listening, where AI goes out and looks at social media and figures out what people are talking about, and it really just enables companies to be more targeted and I guess responsive to their customers and what they're thinking and what they're talking about. So in closing, I think that the future is really already here for artificial intelligence in the unified communications industry. And I mean that by saying that in the corporate world, AI is already embedded into our communication systems, making what we do, some of the tasks that we do, and how we deliver much easier. On the consumer side, like I said, it's all about personalization and targeted experiences, which I think we're already seeing a lot of, and in the future we're going to see a lot more. So while the future may be here already, the future for AI and unified communications, in my mind, is really wild and pretty exciting. So again, my name is Chad Simon. I'm the strategist for the Unified Communications Division at Ingram Micro, and those are my thoughts on artificial intelligence and unified communications.